Hey all, welcome back to another reading. Lindsay here, and I was going to do a spirit animal reading, but instead, this Starseed Oracle deck just really wanted to pop out. So I feel like there's a message in here for somebody or a group of people that are going to watch this. So I'm just going to do a shuffle and then pull from the Starseed Oracle. Um, Said a prayer before I start. I always do that. Sometimes I forget to say a prayer, like actually on film while I'm, doing the reading. Because I know to some people that makes a difference. Like they want to know what energy you're connecting with. Because if you just randomly ask questions, don't necessarily know who's answering them. But I always say a prayer to God, and I ask my high self to connect, and then I ask the high selves of whoever is going to watch this, whenever that ends up being, even if it's 10 years from now, that their high selves connect, and that we receive only the messages that are here for the highest good of all involved. Um, Only positive messages and only love and light. And I ask that my angels and archangels and guides and spirit guides, animal guides, because I have so many of those. That's why I like to do the animal oracle readings, and I did just see 144 on the timer. But anyways, so again, thank you, God, for being here with us, overseeing this reading, so that only that which is of the highest good can come through for who's ever watching. So, we got the Starseed Oracle. So, the viewers would like to know what their message is. What message do they need to hear right now? I like to meditate before I do these. I'll get quiet and just kind of see what mental downloads come in. Things will start just popping into my head. That's what the Starseed Oracle, in the animal. Because I haven't done a reading. I'm like pretty new to this and just figuring out how to get it into my schedule. And I hadn't done one. And my mom, I saw her. Hopefully she doesn't mind if I say, but the last pick a card animal spirit reading I did, I was mainly called to do it because she told me that she saw a fox on her porch. Here's our card. And I just fell on the floor. I'm not getting so many. I'm gonna read that. So, 3 cards ended up falling on the floor, but one of them was face up and then 2 were face down. So I'm not gonna read all 4, but I am gonna take the other one, because when I read it, I did feel like it applied, and that was probably why it was face up, because it applied to the current happenings in the world. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that, and we're gonna do, I guess, both of them, because there could be 2 separate messages. So and that's crazy because I just saw 441 and 44 backwards. It's a message for somebody. So both of these messages could resonate, or just one of them. either or. So, as always, and this is something that I learned when I first started watching tarot and backstory into kind of how I got into tarot, because I think that it's interesting, is I was always kind of drawn to things like that. Things like tarot, astrology, numerology, things like that. But I got to a point to where I noticed this, just very specific videos were being put in my YouTube that were outside of what I would normally watch, but for some reason I was felt called to watch it. And there happened to be pick a card and astro things, and it was really strange because I didn't even know, and this was, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, and I had no idea that people even did tarot online, on YouTube. I had no idea. So, but I just happened to watch it because I thought it was so interesting that tarot was online. And I think I did a pick a card. It was, I was like, okay, all right, interesting. Obviously somebody's trying to send me a message, and then I, started to be very deliberate about it because, kind of like what I said in the beginning, who are you asking for advice from? So who do I want to get messages from? So then I, just started, asking for my spirit guides and angels and archangels, and only those that were here for the highest good of all involved, to put messages in my YouTube feed for what I needed to know at the moment, and I continue to, say this and thank you for doing this, in the present tense, even if, there's not a message yet, I'm thanking it for being there now. So anyways, let's get on with it. You got 2 messages here. So, for the Starseed Oracle, we have activated earth, power lines, or power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. I think these cards are reading. And I think this card's interesting because I just recently watched a podcast. I watch a YouTuber, her name's Carrie Kay, and spiritual stuff, and she had just recently talked about how we might have been in a specific place for an extended period, but now, like this year especially, we might feel called to go somewhere else, or even if it's just to visit specific places that we just feel drawn to, and sometimes there's a reason for it, and it's these ley lines and these power places. The grid lines that are over the earth where certain of us activate those ley lines. I feel called to stay in Ohio. I don't have a desire to leave Ohio. Some people probably think I'm freaking nuts. I think the last place I would want to be is Ohio. But I feel called to be here in Ohio, and I have a very specific reason for wanting to stay here. So I feel like, I must have some kind of ley line here. I lived in DC for a couple years. There's a reason why I needed to go there. other than to learn how to become a good driver. Okay. I'm trying to find this. Activated Earth. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna read from the guidebook here. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses. Also known as spirit paths, they've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australian Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across distant or great distances. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that by connecting with the land with devotion at these sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers? Or to tend the land you live on? To honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers or nature spirits of that land? As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. So there's an activation here. It says to place the card on your heart and whisper the following. Y'all don't have a card, but you have the intention of the card. So it says, I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. I think that that's, definitely interesting. I feel called to tend to the land, and I have for a while. And again, another reason why I'm here in Ohio. Because I feel like I'm to do that here, so interesting card to come out. That definitely, I can feel that. Do I want to do the other card or pull some cards? Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to do some regular tarot. Open up to the Four of Wands. You might be called to move with somebody. Tend the earth with somebody. Ten of Cups. Happy ever after. Look, you may feel at this time called to move in with somebody, move to a different state, move a distance, move to a different country, to be with a partner, be with that Ten of Cups, that happy ever after. And that might be part of this activated earth. Sometimes our partner pulls us to where we're supposed to be, right? I mean, aren't they always doing? Ideally, always pulling us to where we're supposed to be, if they're the right partner. Yeah, so Ten of Pentacles in reverse, kind of, to me, backs it up. Like, you are going to build a legacy with this person. you just might have to move, or they might have to move. Somebody needs to, somebody's activating some ley line somewhere. But, you know, something needs to happen for that legacy. I just saw 15:15 on the clock. One more. Oh, Seven of Pentacles. So, things have not yet come to fruition. You're like, when? When is this gonna pay off? Maybe when you move in with your partner, I don't know. Okay. All right, let's do this. All right. All right, God, what do you want to tell us? What do we need to know here about this activated earth? Knight of Pentacles. All right, what else we need? Okay, so we got the Knight of Pentacles, 16:16 on the clock, and the Three of Swords in reverse. So you might be waiting on an offer, you know, have an offer coming in. The Three of Swords in reverse, you know, coming out of heartbreak. Sometimes when we, you know, move on in our heart, or just let go, you know, stop chasing the other person, wakes up, comes in on a horse with a coin, says, I want to make you an offer. Okay. Anything else we need to know about? Seven of Swords in reverse. Y'all, aren't these cards hysterical? I got these cat cards because of my neighbors. They become good friends of mine, and they like cats, and I saw these cards and I got them, and they're my favorite. I always use these. They're so funny. Okay, so the Seven of Swords in reverse. So either someone is, my children, gonna come shouting to you, revealing themselves, as my children have revealed themselves. It's funny to do these readings and the little synchronicities that start to happen. Like, you watch other people's readings and you see the synchronicities in theirs. I just saw a black pickup truck drive by as I'm saying that. Oh wait, it's not a pickup. Sorry, I had to correct. It was a Kia, actually, a little SUV thingy. So if that's pertinent. Coming out of heartbreak because somebody is either exposing the truth, or revealing themselves, or apologizing for the lies, the deceit. It's interesting, some readers will kind of have always a negative spin. Now I seen the black pickup truck. Okay, now that's the black pickup truck. That's funny. Anyways. You might be getting a haircut because apparently my son's cutting my daughter's hair in the bedroom. Okay. You might be getting a haircut. Or you might need a haircut. I've been trying to cut my son's hair and he's 5. That's been fun. Okay, so yes, I was told to stop pulling cards. So just with these 3. the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. I actually really love this. Like, this is awesome. Because to me, you know, this is just kind of backs up like what I said. So maybe you and somebody separated, they took a job, or, you know, circumstances popped up that caused y'all to separate. But there's some offer coming in, and you're coming out of this heartbreak, and either they're now showing themselves, like I don't like to necessarily think of the Seven of Swords as being deceit or lies or like cheating, third party, you know, like something like that. I think that a lot of times there are, you know, readers that will sensationalize like them. 2112. Sorry, I was like the mirror image, but then yet I was having a hard time saying it. Anyways, sometimes people just keep to themselves and they don't show you who they are. So it's almost like deception through like being evasive or like non-action, committal behavior, but it's not necessarily sneaky. It's just it's not solid. It's not, you know, this, although the Knight of Pentacles, you know, like they say, is the slowest moving knight. So you might not be getting this offer today or tomorrow, but either way, you know, it's being grounded. You know, the pentacles are the earth, you know, that's represented by earth. You know, the earth signs like to, you know, ground and stabilize and put in some, you know, 22 on the clock, you know, put in a real actual offer. It's not like the wands, you know, oh, this is an idea today, tomorrow I could be gone. You know, this is like when I come in with my offer, you know, this is, you know, that it's good. I'm not going to back out on this. Okay, so I want to check the bottom of the deck that said Eight of Wands. Somebody explained this as, well, so this is the action card. This is the most actionable card because you got 8 of these babies that they are getting ready to land, okay? So if it's in reverse, then, you know, delayed action because those, staffs, wands, whatever, sticks, branches are going up. They are not on their way down. And underneath that was the Three of Pentacles. So divinely guided. I like to think of that Three of Pentacles like that, you know, kind of almost like holy work. You, somebody, and God, you know, the divine, here to do great things type work. Okay, so I want to pull from this Divine Compass clarity cards. Okay, so I just cut the deck. I'm gonna take this, even though I didn't shuffle it. I normally like to shuffle, but this says honest echoes. Basically, listen to your heart. What does it say? Listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth. Unwavering faith. See, look, and this, just like the activated earth card, trust where you're led. And this says, listen to the whispers of your heart. Unwavering faith. Your intuition. Let your intuition guide you right now. And I'm looking at these moon Got the Moonology deck, and I am going to shuffle this deck. We'll pull one of these moon cards for you. Sometimes these give a timeline. Sometimes not. Okay, so this says, waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. This is such a beautiful card. Are you seeing butterflies lately? There's a butterfly in this card, some flowers. And it looks like a little bee. Are you seeing bees? Look those up if you're seeing those. If I have an intuition about an animal encounter, because, you know, obviously we don't necessarily about everything, but sometimes, you know, like if we get stung by a bee, like I looked that up. Like, what does it mean to get stung by a bee? I'm not, do I remember what? I think it was actually kind of good, like, I don't know. It was something spiritual, of course, but I do not remember. I don't remember. It's on page 26, if that has any significance to you. Okay. So it says, don't give up. The situation you're asking about is still taking shape. You're nowhere near the end of the story. Whatever is happening now is just a step along the way. As they say in the self-help classics, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. I say that. You guys like that saying? I always love that saying. However, the waxing crescent moon card is a reminder that you must still keep working toward whatever it is that you want. If you can't take practical steps, spend time meditating on the question you're asking about and allow your higher self to download information to you about your best next step. Overall, this card suggests there's every reason to be hopeful for a very positive outcome to the situation you're asking about. So keep the faith. So attuning to the moon, I am focused on what I want. I was just telling a friend this the other day. I said, I just asked you to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. So I focus on what I want. Plan for exactly what you want. Even if you think that what you don't want is what I want, no, still make sure that you don't think about, even if you logically can say how what you don't want is what you want, find a way to have it in your mind so that you're only focused on like the positive, beneficial things that you actually want. Okay, so we have some additional meanings for the card. It says, just because you can't see your dreams, that doesn't mean they're not manifesting. What is something comes to mind. I'm trying to think what it is. Okay, so it's for what are those little lily pads on like water, you know, like the little whatever shape. That's so weird because I have a painting of them right here. And about those pads or something like that on how they like replicate or something. So it's basically like from you know, 0 to like day 28, you don't see anything like above the surface. But then like after that, just how fast they like replicate is just super interesting. And I thought it was a fascinating story because it's very true how, you know, and like it's for a reason like this, like the universe doesn't give us everything right away because we would mess it up. Like we wouldn't know what to deal with, you know, like how to deal with it. Like me starting a food business and like wanting a whole bunch of customers, like 1,000,001 customers. But in the beginning, like I kind of did have that happen a couple of times, and I had never had to bake that many cinnamon rolls. You know, like I don't have enough pans. I crowded the oven. I burnt them. They, you know, just because I was not used to that. So then it's like, oh, okay, I see. This is why the universe doesn't give us 1,000,000 customers, because then no one will come back to you because you messed up. So it's almost like you need just a little bit of like the like trickle in the beginning. So if there's mess ups like and you lose customers, like I like definitely did. I know I did. Like my cinnamon rolls now, which it's been almost 5 straight years that I've had my own personal vegan baking business. Oh my gosh, a bird just came and landed on my window. I always think that it's special when I see birds. So I'm like, that threw me. I can't see what kind of bird it is, but that definitely to me really brings that message home, that because with like birds, to me it's like a miracle is getting ready to happen. Like, you know, seeing a hummingbird and stuff, like whenever I'd see that, it's like magical to me. Like, okay, something you know, grand is transpiring, or else how could I possibly see such a fast, magical little bird that, you know, a lot of people have probably never seen in real life in their lifetime. I should have to hold one and like pet its head and like feed it. And like to me, I said, I'll never have an experience like this ever again. When am I ever gonna get to pet hummingbird again? But then I said, actually, okay, no, I'm gonna change that. And I said, okay, no, actually, since I made that happen, because I actually did have it as like a goal to, you know, hold birds, pet them, like especially a hummingbird, to feed it. I had that in my head as a life goal. And so now I'm like, okay, now I want my own feeders. You know, I want to get videos. You know, I'm like fascinated about painting them. So I said, okay, now I build a bigger goal, you know. So seeing the bird to me during the reading, the fact that it came and then landed is just because of how my window is. I have this like wraparound porch thing that has like this like glass paned, and birds will come land on like the, you know, the like divider part of it, and I'm thinking, how are you even landing on that? Like I had never seen that before I moved in here, and one came in and landed. It's like they want to get into the glass for real. So anyways, somebody wants your attention. Whoever this is, you know, that Knight of Cups, you know, that bird, you know, wanted to come in here. So somebody's getting, and look, it says on here, for additional meanings, be patient as events unfold. Also, don't look back, stay focused on moving forwards, and then dig a little deeper to find more courage. It takes courage to wait, to release, to let go, to move on, especially if we're holding on to someone or something. Okay, I want to this is from Gabby Bernstein's deck. These are the first non-tarot cards I ever had. I didn't even know that I could use, like, I didn't get them for this purpose. I just got them because I said, I just want to just randomly pick some inspirational something for me. I just kind of looked at it like the angel, you know, like, oh, give me a message like the angels were talking to me. So, and now I use it in readings. I use them in readings, I should say. All right, what messages have for our listeners, viewers? Any advice? All right, so we have, I choose to learn through love. And I do think that that's a good segue into the other card that I'm actually, I think that during this reading, I was going to make a completely second reading for this other card. I thought, okay, it's two separate readings because I'm already at 36 minutes. I haven't even done this card yet. But I think that it's just a backup. You know, it's to back up this card. Because essentially what it is it says, the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. And this has been coming up a lot in my life, so I assume that it's coming up a lot in others' lives, to soften to love, you know, to love God first, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. You know, that's something that I've been working on. And it's been slowly, well, actually, probably pretty quickly. I shouldn't say slowly. It was slowly before I was doing that. And then once I realized, you know, to love others as me, to put God first, things started unveiling themselves to me, I guess, pretty quickly. So maybe that's a lesson for y'all to learn through me, and to choose to learn through love. It's easy for ego to come in, you know, like at a certain point, I decided that ego essentially kept people out of relationships, or kept them single, put them in the wrong relationships, basically was a destroyer of relationships. And, you know, ego stands for edging God out. And ego, you know, comes in as the logical mind that essentially tramples on the emotions that, you know, kind of, you know, are actually leading us, our emotions. And then the ego mind comes in and, no, that's trash. They don't like you, you know, they'd call if they wanted to. You're not a priority. All these things keep us separate and allow us to, you know, block others, put up walls, put up defenses, you know, go into that Seven of Swords energy, like the card that we saw, you know, putting up walls, putting up, and I'm not saying, holy cow, that was an extremely big yawn. I don't know how that yawn was, that's significant, but it was. Somebody could be tired, because I all of a sudden just got really, really, really extremely tired, like, And if that's you, I feel you 100%. And we have 4004, 4004. You're tired. I understand. You want to put the burden down. You want to put the burden down that is this journey. Because being here on earth is not for the faint of heart. And if you're watching a tarot reading, you know, you're already on the semi-spiritual woo side, so you're experiencing these things too. So I'm gonna pick from this Akashics Oracle deck as some final. I got tired and I was like, I need to wrap up because I got super tired, but Spirit said to pick something from this Akashic Oracle deck. And I think we're done. I pull from the crystals deck after I say that. I say, I need a crystal. We'll see. It's funny, they come out right away. Right away. Gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. Gratitude. I don't think I need to say anything else other than saying gratitude. Stay present. We can stay present through our breath, through breathing practices, through meditation practices. And that helps us go back into that loving energy. I know I've been tested lately, multiple occasions, on bringing in judgments. And then I always say, how can I turn the judgment to love, and to love thy neighbor as thyself? And that's through love. All right, y'all. I love you. See you in the next reading.